And how are you going to write a good objective on learning outcomes? Now, you use the ABCD rules. A is for audience, B is for behavior, C is for condition, and D is for degree. Now you must specify who are your audience, what behavior you want to measure. Remember, SMART just specific one behavior, condition under which condition the behavior will be observed, and degree to which the learned skills are to be mastered, to what extent you want them to be. So if you have learning outcomes written as A, B, C, D, you know how you are going to teach and you know how you're going to assess or measure. For example, this is just one simple example. So at the end of the lesson, students should be able to solve pressure problems with the correct unit by using the pressure formula. So I have already bold the main phrases which represent A, B, C, D. So I think you can have a guess which one is A, which one is B, which one is C, and which one is D. Take your time to try and see if you know the answer. Okay, I'm just going to share the answer now. So I think obviously audience is students. B, behavior is to solve pressure problems. And C, conditions should be using, they must use pressure formula. That is the condition. So when they solve the problem, they must use the formula. And D, they must use the correct unit to write the answer. So here are how you use the A, B, C, D in writing your learning outcomes. When you write learning outcomes, you can start with very simple sentence first. You don't have to always write the A, B, C, D in the beginning. What you can do is you focus on the A and the B only. So for example, you specify the behavior and the object of the behavior. An example, so you have the students, the A, students will be able to write a research paper. So you have the behavior which is to write. The object is the research paper. So you have this, the first version is students will be able to write a research paper. And then you extend it a bit by including the degree. Okay, now the degree is students will be able to write a research paper in the appropriate scientific style. They must show appropriate scientific style. So when you assess your students' research paper, you must ensure that the style is appropriate. Okay, so you have clearer goals or clearer vision of how you want to measure your students. Number 3, you add the condition, right? You specify the condition. So at the end of their field research, students will be able to write a research paper in the appropriate scientific style. So they must do it at the end of their field research. So you must ensure that they completed their field research, and then only that they can write their research paper using the appropriate scientific style. So you can keep on extending it to include A, B, C, D in one learning outcome. I hope this is clear. Now let's try again, a longer version. So here are the steps you can use. So you've identified the major topic. So in one course, what is the big picture, what you want to achieve at the end? Classify the outcomes, focus on student behavior, what you want to measure. Okay, and then identify the level of learning, to what extent, to what degree, and choose the specific action verb for each outcome. Decide how you will measure the achievement of the outcome. So you have that in mind. Once you have your outcomes, you should have it in mind how you're going to measure them, and state the criteria to show that you have successfully achieved your learning outcomes. Okay, so here are some steps that can help